Have you read the book Fahrenheit 451? Fahrenheit 451 is about a society in which books are burned in an attempt to eliminate all sources of contradiction, confusion, and complexity. One way in which some schools are similar to the society depicted in this book is that these schools think that certain topics, particularly those that are controversial or go against certain topics, are harmful and thus try to remove these books to prevent children from gaining knowledge about them. Many people think that banning books actually prevents these harmful topics and does children good. However, banning books will not solve this problem and instead will turn one problem into multiple problems. So let's examine this topic further. First, we'll discuss why. First, we'll look at why and when schools started banning books. Next, we'll look at why banning books simply will not work. And finally, we'll discover a better solution to managing controversial books than banning them. Schools have been banning books for a long time. The first book banned in the United States was in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1960. A teacher was fired for assigning the book The Catcher in the Rye to an 11th grade class. The teacher was later rehired. However, this book was prohibited from being read at the school. Other classics have been banned as well. Slaughterhouse-Five was banned in Levittown, New York in 1975, North Jackson, Ohio in 1979, and Lakeland, Florida in 1982. And Of Mice and Men was banned from the George County, Mississippi schools in 2002. One book that I have read and loved is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. I was shocked when I found out that this book has been challenged multiple times because I believe that this book teaches readers the importance of speaking up about things that they feel uncomfortable with. In terms of why certain books are banned, there are many reasons, although the main reasons are because these books contain offensive language, are considered to be sexually explicit, or are thought of to be unsuitable for any age group. Utah, in fact, is currently banning books for these reasons. On August 2nd of this year, Alpine School District pulled 52 books from their school libraries for review after receiving complaints from parents saying that these titles, which focused on the LGBTQ community, were too inappropriate for children. On August 11th, Alpine made the decision not to remove these books to recognize students' free rights. Although 52 books did not end up getting banned, this is an example of books being challenged because of their sexual content. Requests to ban books from schools are mostly made by parents in an attempt to protect children from harmful or dangerous ideas. But does this actually do any good? Let's talk about this topic next. Banning books actually will not solve much, if anything. In a literal sense, it will not work because children can easily search for banned books on the internet and gain access to them through online libraries. Furthermore, banning books actually does the opposite of its intended purpose, and instead sparks a child's curiosity to read those books. In a historical sense, banning books will not work because it only makes it harder to talk about difficult topics and will not do anything to solve issues such as racial inequality or representation. Laurie Halse Anderson, the author of the frequently challenged book Speak, says, by book by attacking the author, by attacking the subject matter, what you are doing is removing the possibility for conversation. You are laying the groundwork for increasing bullying, disrespect, violence, and attacks. Speaking of making it harder to talk about difficult topics, banning books can also separate people and promotes the view that you shouldn't talk about your issues. Today, there are so many different issues that people are facing, including drug abuse, mental illnesses, and eating disorders. It's important for books that talk about these topics to be available to children because it can help them overcome these obstacles and understand such situations better. Emma Grafton, author of the article "Book Banning Needs to Be a Thing of the Past," says, "By acknowledging the problems, we're also acknowledging the kids who are dealing with them. These parents think they're protecting the precious children. Turns out they're doing precisely the opposite. Ignoring a kid's reality doesn't mean it goes away. It just means the kid gets to suffer alone." Book banning may seem like a solution, but it's actually developed into a problem that we need to solve. We can't keep ignoring controversial topics and letting history repeat itself. Although this issue persists, there are many solutions to this problem that will not limit access to information. One of the most effective solutions involves acknowledging all opinions, including the opinions of teachers, parents, and students. This allows us to understand where each group is coming from and how certain actions affect each group. It's also important to have a discussion on the topics of these controversial books, either at home or in class. Elizabeth Knoll, author of the article "The Ripple Effect of Censorship, Silencing in the Classroom," says, "The collective voice empowers us and others as we make choices about what literature we will share with our students." Having a discussion allows children to speak up about their topics and helps them understand the world around them better. It also provides parents with a different perspective towards difficult topics. There are many other solutions to this problem, although all solutions have one thing in common. They expand a child's knowledge instead of limiting it, and view students as real people, not just children who need to be protected. Book banning is a widespread issue that has been going on for a long time. It has many negative effects, such as isolating children and preventing them from speaking up. However, there are many alternatives to book banning that will encourage children to speak up and will help them understand the world around them better. Book banning can't be solved overnight, although we will gradually see current day issues start to become less of a problem if we implement solutions such as discussing controversial topics. And now I would like to end with one final question. Would you rather live in a world where books are banned and end up in a society similar to that depicted in Fahrenheit 451? Or would you rather live in a society in a world where books aren't banned and people's voices actually are heard?